Hello and welcome everyone. This is Calebovitsch coming to you with the first game for my deck check series with the Xenan Millrange deck. This is game number 9 for my ECQ qualifier from Saturday, February 9th, 2019. Let's get to business. This matchup is against Soul Donut, and this was pre-recorded by me so that I can give you commentary now later on. Okay, so this starting hand is quite decent. It has 5 power sources, a 2-drop and a 3-drop, and we get to scout, and that scouting from the crest is just very, very good usually, and it gives us the Mournful Deathcap to play on turn 2. I mean, the possibility of playing it on turn 2. But as you might have heard from the overview and theory of this deck, that if you have both 2-drops in your opening hand and you are able to play either of them on turn 2, you should first play the 2-3 Dream Snatcher, and then on the following turn play Deathcap, play a power card. That means that milling of 3 cards trigger, your Deathcap is probably going to get bigger, as you've seen right here. It got, well, only +1 but still a buff, and you attack the enemy for a bit more damage. Now the opponent is playing a Winchest deck, probably the Winchest Greed control deck, and this is quite a decent matchup, especially that we're running a full complement of In Cold Bloods. Now that Display of Ambition that we just milled is the worst card they could have against us, because if they have those displays, the cards we are milling from them, it just helps them to choose stuff. Okay, so we're on the offensive. Our market is usually reactive, but if we can get a proactive drop, we're gonna get the Temple that we could play on turn 5 right now. And after playing it, we can usually do Xenan Augury or Xenan Initiation. And right now I'm opting for Initiation and sacrificing the Merchant to get rid of their Smuggler. And I am successful. Now I can safely attack the opponent for 9, or they have a Defiance, so no. Well, usually the plan against such a deck is just milling them, so honestly we don't care if that unit is dead. We still have, remember, 2 Dark Returns that can get those back. Okay, the opponent has a Vara, that might be a problem, especially seeing now if I did sacrifice my Sporefolk to the Vara, I could have just suffocated her, but this Sporefolk is the cornerstone of this strategy, so rather than that I'm just playing my Vara, so it's a standoff between 2 5/6 Deadly Lifesteal Varas. We don't care about our life total, well, we care that it's above 0, and the opponent is inching closer and closer to their Joe turns. Okay, let's put a scare on one of those Varas, preferably ours, so that we can gain more life than the opponent. Let's use the Mystic Ascendant to redraw us a card from that power we have. We get Lunar Magus that can also deal damage to the opponent. And the opponent we saw is playing Camel. That's a strange card to be playing in a Winchest mid-range / control greed deck. But hey, who am I to complain? Okay, so right now this Xenan Temple is sitting quite nice. The question is, will the opponent attack, and if yes, what are we gonna do about it? Honestly, I'm willing here to sacrifice the Sporefolk to get that World Joiner and win by damage. Also, the opponent's Void is also quite brimming with cards that can just get us the big Solitude we need to win. Always yes, this Solitude mills for 17, as I said in the theory video. 17 is usually the number I see. Okay, so I've knocked the opponent down to 3 life, but we gotta be careful because these opponents are usually running, well, even if they're running harsh rules in their market, now they're at 7 power, they're drawing 2 cards, so it's possible they have a power and a Merchant that can get that back. They can also just regain some life with this Vara attack. And honestly, right now I don't care about this site. The site is only, honestly, hindering us, because every unit we kill from the opponent, it goes to our Void. So it doesn't fill their Void, doesn't help us with that Solitude plan. The obvious downside being that the opponent can now get it back with Display of Ambition. Okay, so we got 2 cards, got the opponent down to 7 life, so it's also possible to aggro them down, to be aggressive. And Lunar Magus got them even further down to 6. They're playing their Joe, the big dragon. Scouting something on top, and we get the Xenan Temple and a Mournful Deathcap. But given that they are at 6 life, I'd rather just put them down to 3, because it is possible to kill them in the following attack, especially if we can get a good temple going, for example. Oh, the stars show me truth. Yes, and the truth is your time is about to be up, opponent. Alright, Slay kills this Deathcap. But no matter. Oh, Inquisitor Macto. Sure, nice to finally meet you. Okay, the upside of playing temples is that when you kill an opposing unit with revenge, it goes first into your void, and then you revenge it. But here seems I'm just playing this Duskwalker, dealing an additional point of damage to the opponent via Nightfall. They are dealing 2 damage to themselves and drawing 2 units from their void. So they're getting pretty low, so we just need to kill that Vara so they don't get any higher than this. Another Smuggler, another card from the market. Yes, and they're not attacking, because if they attacked with Macto, we could have just suffocated that Smuggler and won. Unfortunately, they didn't, but we still get to suffocate the Merchant. Now let's see what I do here. Okay, I'm opting to play the Temple, because if I manage to get Xenan Initiation on the Duskwalker, which I'm doing, I can kill both my Duskwalker and Inquisitor Macto, and as I said, Macto first goes into our void and then it revenges for us, which might be helpful. And playing Lunar Magus means the opponent is drawing an additional card, so also kind of milling themselves and dealing additional point of damage to them down to 2 points of health. Now Martyr's Chains is a big stopper for all our unit strategies, so I'm sure I will be able to do something about that sooner rather than later. And we draw another Amethyst Stone with an Annihilate. Xenan Augury provides us with another Lunar Magus. So while this Solitude is not lethal when it comes to milling, they are still at 2 points of health. So right now just playing this, triggering Nightfall, well, or even just playing one of these, means that, still milling them is good, because what if they just go for Regent's Tomb from the market and discard it from our hand? And right now they need to do something about this unit, so just play a power even to kill it. And they have to regain some health right now, because if they don't, we just do another Nightfall and we win. So they replay the Vara and a Statuary Maiden, and they get powered up by the power of Martyr's Chains. We get the Macto, but it might be too late for the opponent, that is. Just some small shenanigans. And right now I'm playing, just a small BN, and playing also the Waystone, triggering Nightfall once again. And the opponent draws an additional card, and we win by mid-ranging the opponent. Great job, Calebovitsch. Thank you, Calebovitsch.